So, finally I was, you know what I finally did? I go just before the garbage man was coming, I hucked it out there, he did it and they couldn't find it. They asked me out what happened to him, and I just don't know.
It's past 7:30, I believe, according to my time, so that we will not have to stay any later than we just have to. I think we'll get started and ask Ms. Atkins to take the minutes until our elected secretary gets here, if she will be here. And we'll ask our chaplain if she will offer a word of prayer to open the new year.
Heavenly Father, we do thank Thee for Thy blessings to us. We thank Thee for all those who have assembled themselves here. We ask Thy guidance and direction throughout this meeting, that it may everything may be done to Thine honor and glory, and ask forgiveness for Thy sins. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Ms. Hudson. Could we have the roll call at this time, please?
Present, Ms. Garland, Ms. Dixon, Ms. Hammett, Ms. Alford, Ms. Mace, Sister Christian, Ms. Clark, Ms. Northey, Ms. Wells, Ms. Mahaffey, Ms. English,
Here.
Ms. Holly, Sister Elizabeth Ann, Ms. Thornton. She called. She'd be unable to be here. She's on duty. Ms. Sanders.
Here.
Ms. Zerps.
Here.
Ms. Open.
Here.
Ms. Holland. Ms. Cannon. Ms. Bernice Dixon. Ms. Olga Jones. Ms. Hudson. Ms. Kimball. And Ms. Parker.
Present. I think they expect Miss Holly, she's supposed to come because she came today and asked if I'd bring her home.
So you do have a quorum, is that right?
We have 14 out of 24 present. I believe that's the majority quorum. You have had circulated to your minutes board meetings held the 17th and the 30th of November. What is your pleasure regarding the minutes? Everybody received their copies, I believe.
I move the minutes be accepted as circulated.
I'd like to introduce the minutes to be circulated as approved and printed as out. If it is, I'd like to call your attention to some omissions. The appointment of parliamentarian, ratification of referendum votes, appointment of parliamentarian to provide for refund expenses incurred. The executive board cannot incur liabilities without this motion. And I think that the minutes really, the old minutes, I'm speaking of, need to be proofread with this.
Which minutes are you talking about? I have the 30th with me. Are you talking about the 17th?
She said.
Excuse me? I was thinking that dialogue.
Well, we're talking about the minutes of the 17th and the 30th.
Board meetings held the 17th
I
and
didn't
the
rush
30th.
in, I didn't read anything about that in mine.
Who made the motion, please?
Pauline English and Stella Oakland second. Is there further discussion?
Ms. Garner's one mistake in one person's name. Committee on Professional Practice, it was Sister Lewis Mary, and it had Sister Lewis Bryan. That's the sixth member on Committee on Professional Practice at the bottom of the page, second page, I believe. It's Sister Lewis Mary. Down the bottom.
Sister Lewis Brown.
It's Lewis Mary.
Lewis Mary. Thank you.
Well, she did accept, didn't she? We received a
Yes,
card
okay.
from her.
Instead of Mayor Lewis, it's
Instead of
Lewis
Lewis
Brown.
Bryan, it's Lewis Mary.
Come here, relax, everybody else will be through.
Let's see, correction.
It's Lewis Mary instead of Lewis Bryan.
additions, deletions.
This is which committee was that now? That was the professional practice, wasn't it?
That's the only one.
Professional practice.
We got those minutes at exactly 2:30 on Thursday, and they were circulated to you at noon Friday morning, so. Did the motion carry?
If there are no further corrections, those in favor, please say aye. Contrary, no. The motion is carried. The minutes will stand approved as corrected. We have some communications for you at this time, but before our secretary reads some of the communications, I want to make this known to you, and that is that the district office received a check for $100 to be used in support of the program of the American Nurses Foundation. We will omit the name due to the wishes of the donor. I think it's just real nice that some of our friends still remember us in such a generous way. And the secretary will acknowledge the receipt of this check for $100. Karen, did you read the
All right.
other communications there? I appreciate it.
You have one from the family of Ruby L. Ridley. Acknowledge with grateful appreciation your kind expressions of sympathy. And a thank you from the family of Mrs. H.C. Joseph Beasley. Miss Beasley's in public health. Acknowledge with grateful appreciation your kind expressions of sympathy. The family of Mr. Lafayette Montgomery, deeply appreciate your thoughtfulness and sympathy. He's with Atlanta Coca-Cola Bottling Company. And then we have one from the family of Dr. Murdoch Sykes Equin. Deeply appreciate your kind expressions of sympathy. This one's from the Department of Health, Education, and Welfare, Public Health Service, Washington, D.C. It's dated December the 21st, and I'll omit the salutation. Said, Dear Miss Adkins, thank you for your letter in which you indicate the action of the 5th District, Georgia State Nurses Association, in regard to professional nurse traineeships. As you requested, the motion of the 5th District Nurses Association will be brought to the attention of the National Advisory Council when it meets. The council has not as yet been appointed, but we appreciate that they will meet in the near future. Sincerely yours, Jesse M. Scott, Chief, Division of Nursing.
Thank you, Miss Atkins. They acknowledged it. Yes, they answered it. May we have a report of the treasurer, Miss May?
I'll give you the report of the treasurer's report for December 64 was forward from November $4,277.68. Receipt, no, this is 5th District.
$13.88. Checks out, $43.91. Agrees with bank statement, $4,657.79. Obligations to the government, withholding tax, $147.80. Social Security, $72.62. Total, $220.42. State of Georgia withholding, $5.76. Total, $226.18. That is the 5th district. I had the other on top, I don't know when I changed it. Do you want to clear that?
Yes, do I hear a motion that this report be placed on file for the auditor? Ms. Wells, second, Ms. Hudson. Any questions or comments? Those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Contrary, no. Motion is carried.
The financial report for December 1964 Nurses Professional Register. Previous ending balance, which was November, was $2,948.17. Membership dues and billheads, $1,027.15. Total, $3,975.32. Disbursements, salary, $1,373.32. Rent, $125. Telephone service and advertising, $49.25. Total, $1,547.57. Disbursements for this month, $1,547.57, and cleared outstanding checks, $874.20. Total, $2,421.77. Bounce, $3,975.32, with the disbursements, $2,421.77, leaving a total $1,553.55. Outstanding checks for Keystone Press was $20.09. The government checks to be sent in as soon as the audit returns the books and account, which will amount to between $5 to $5.50, will come out of this balance, which the balance is $1,507.55. And that, the 500 or 525 or whatever it is for the government will come out of that amount for December.
Is there a motion that this report be placed on file?
Move to be placed on file.
Sanders, reserved second. Is there discussion or questions?
Yes, I want to ask, what was the advertisement for?
There's been no advertisement. Excuse me.
Didn't you say telephone and advertising? What was the advertising for on the registry? Is it that published in the medical registry or not?
It evidently is. It just has that service, see, telephone service and advertising.
Oh, I imagine that's the
Yellow pages.
That's the yellow page
It all
section.
goes into the telephone.
That's right.
That's what I wanted to
That's
know.
right, that section.
Is there any other questions? Yeah. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Contrary, no. Motion is carried. Thank you, Ms. May. We have a report of the Executive Secretary.
Well, I didn't give you a mimeographed report this afternoon because I was busy posting the 50 new members that came in over the weekend, and I'll give you a summary of that. We have 2 in the CESR section, 32 EACT, 67 with 1 associate in the administrative, 36 with 1 in the general duty, occupational health 18, public health 39, private duty 106 with 1. They have not gone into the state. We have a report ready to go to the state when we receive the forms to put them on. That gave us a total of 300 plus 3, and this time last year we had 253 plus 3, so we're 47 ahead. The book's up to date in the auditors. I think they'll be through with them Friday, and we've been busy trying to distribute membership material, and everything is in order.
Thank you. Ms. Atkins, is there any questions anyone would like to ask Ms. Atkins about the operation of headquarters?
I'd like to ask one again about the journals. Are the journals sent to you and then they're sent out?
No, I made a new agreement with them in the American Nursing Journal office there. Previously, if we have our checks made out, one for each week, and you only get one subscription, you're going to have to void those checks plus the vouchers. So I wrote them and asked them, couldn't I, the first part of the year, send in a weekly report, which is what they want, and then the latter part of the year, send them in, and at once a month, clear them as far as the checks are concerned. And they told me if I'd write personally that it was out of order, but if I'd send them directly to them, that we would be able to do that. The journals do not come in the office, the subscriptions do.
I got another letter yesterday saying that so far I was
Well, it takes
not on the new
6
list.
weeks. 6 weeks for them to clear. Yours has been in a long time ago.
I know, but I
meeting.
haven't got the
Well,
agenda,
that's
and
a
that's what they
national
were saying,
organization
they
with a
didn't-
tremendous circulation, so you will get it. And then you'll get your renewal thereafter. Now, at the end of the year, they send us a stack of cards periodically, and incidentally, there are other magazines too, Outlet, Gourmet, and other things. We have to check them. It takes a little bit of time because once in a while you'll find some from some other district in there, but at the end of the year they send us $57 for our trouble, 50 cents per member. So if you renew with the card, they'll send you thereafter. You get it for $3. In the meantime, we'll get the 50 cents at the end of the
But
year.
hereafter, I'll just mail it back direct.
Direct, that's right. After it goes in. To AJN.
Still, so they didn't have me on the general list.
Well, yours went in immediately. I mean, when I told you about it, and I only have 2. One came in today and one came in last week, Friday I think it was, so they'll go in. They'll all go in promptly once a week. But sometimes the early part of the year we get many after the A&A cards go out and we send a little slip.
Well,
But-
it sounds like you're saying that they still go to your office and then go in.
They may subscribe, particularly new subscribers come to the office. After you once subscribed, you can't make a direct subscription to them the first time. But after you have subscribed, then you may renew. So you'd say the initial subscription goes through the office at $3 at the reduced rate, and the office keeps 50 cents. But after you are all on the mailing list, then you renew directly to them with the little punch card they send you. It takes time, though. It takes about 6 weeks for any, and just with us, even our changes addresses, we got 45 out of 165 members, and it takes time to get those done.
With the new members that are coming in, they make a separate check out for the AJN? The 30?
You have to check everybody. I got a new graduate today, and we didn't have her. Her name was Tilly, and she's one of the new graduates that's coming in as she's a courtesy member as of this time. But we have to check all of them. You don't send
But
them.
Did she send in her AJN subscription?
Yes, came in today.
$3.
Yes, they're allowed to have that for 1 full year after they get it, just as if they're a courtesy member. I called them. They told me $3.75 last year, and we sent out a little notice about it to congratulate the new graduates after I telephoned them. But then later they sent me a letter and said no, the new graduate was allowed, if she's a courtesy member, was allowed the same courtesy as a regular member, and get it $3.
Do you have a report on printing?
We haven't had any printing done. Immediately Friday, all of your schedules, after we see whether we have the July meeting or not, and they promised to give us a quick order on the scheduled cards. So they will, we hope to have them ready when the A&A cards get back to be mailed.
Ms. Hudson, you have a report on legislation? They're in the saddle over there, aren't they?
They have just convened, and so far I have no information indicating that there be any bills introduced on nursing. And but of course, that doesn't say that there won't be. And we just will watch it very closely. like to request that, all the members on legislation be sure to read the papers every day and see what bills introduced. That's the way we have to keep up with them. And then when a bill is introduced, then we can, get together and meet with the committee. But and on the national level, there was a bill introduced, of course, for Medicare. You all know as much about that as I do. It's in the paper. I've had no direct information except that, this Medicare introduced by the president, and it's, House Bill 1 and Senate Bill number 1. So, I do not know what, the, content of the bill is. It, was just off the press in Washington on the 8th. So we've hardly had time to get our copy to study it. As soon as we do have copies, we'll, if it looks like we need to, we'll call the, committee together and take some action. But frankly, I think the action, has already been predetermined for us, really.
For Medicare.
So actually, I don't believe that we'll need to do anything at this time. But if we do, we'll call the committee together, take whatever steps we necessary.
Thank you, Ms. Hudson. You don't have anything on membership other than your report?
No,
do you?
that's all.
And nominations haven't met yet, but we would, like to remind the, section chairman that, the, nominating committee will be accepting your suggestions. Where's that? Gave it
Some
to
little
me.
cardboard thing.
All sections and organized groups, nominees for the ballots of district and GSNA to be submitted no later than May the 1st. No later than May the 1st. So if you have a meeting in February, and announce this, we can bring it back in, March, and then that will get to the committee.
Read that again, please, Ms.
All sections and organized groups, nominees for the ballots of district and GSNA to be submitted no later than May the 1st.
I might mention that you will get, we got the letter from Ms. Dixon today telling the offices to be, filled, and you will be sent all that information as soon as we send you the calendar, the other.
Hey, I'd like to ask, have all these, girls consented to serve on this committee?
Nominating
On the-
committee.
on the nominating.
Let's see, Ms. Mahaffey, who's on that committee?
I've got it.
Darcy Wood, Regal McGorm, Charlotte Pratt, Daisy Moorhead, Maureen, Holland on Virgin City, and Jean Farber.
Yeah. They've all consented. Mahaffey, Wood, McGorm, Sachs, Moorhead, Holland, and Carver. 7 members.
There are some replacements to be made, and then you will be mailed those too. All of this material will be sent to you next week. Soon as we got in acceptance as late as today.
Supposed to be one or the other.
Well, the first one accepted.
Let's see, you don't have public relations.
No, we'll do our program when Nurse Week comes. We'll have a meeting, and we'll plan to have a big program then. Let's see, where are you?
Careers, Ms. Mallory. Professional practice, Ms. Ryan. Insurance, Mrs. Fitzpatrick.
She called to say that she'd be at the meeting Thursday and that she's going to try to make you a good chairman, and Mr. Henderson will meet her then and give her material on it, and he also came to the office today to see about getting some out.
Ms. Mays, do you have anything further to report for the study committee of the registry?
No report.
Administrative section, Mrs. Holly. EACT, Sister Elizabeth Ann.
Sister Van asked me to report in her absence for her section. There will be a section meeting tomorrow of the EACT at St. Joseph's Infirmary in the auditorium at 1:30. And the role of the clinical instructor is the theme. And I think Emory are sending their master students over to, not to participate, but to be present for this. And they're using audio-visual materials and some that Sue Pritchett with Medical Communications has prepared. So everybody's welcome.
That's EACT.
Thank you.
General duty, Ms. Thornton.
She also called and saying that she had duty tonight, but they were going to try to be active, and they're hoping that all of you would help them in the hospitals to get them to join and to go to the meetings.
Occupational health, Ms. Sanders.
We're working on our February meeting that is held at the Y, which is our membership drive for February the 11th. We haven't got a confirmed speaker as yet, but plans are underway for all of that.
Private duty, Ms. Zerk.
We met last Thursday and had attendance, a good attendance of 32. We, studied the new revisions of the bylaws and, came up with a recommendation or suggestion and sent a letter to the chairman of the bylaws committee asking that they be printed in the proper form with the old and the new, like it's always submitted for the meeting Thursday, and sent a copy to the executive secretary and the president. And we have one recommendation from the private duty section, recommends that the executive board of 5th District GSNA reconsider the 1965 budget for the professional nurses register and bring it into line with the anticipated annual registry income.
This is a suggestion to the
board.
To the board.
Do you want that motion slip? I know, but you have a regular motion slip too that goes along with that. Let me give her one.
You got the right slide?
Yes. I'll hand it to you. I thought I had them out here. I had a whole batch of them. I printed up.
I thought this was your recommendation.
That's the recommendation. If you want to make it into a motion, why? And if you want me to type it for you, I'll be glad to do it. But I'd rather you go ahead and do it and sign it. Because we keep file on these. You see, that goes in with your report, the recommendation. The motion goes into a separate file where all motions.
Well, I think you're getting the whole complete thing for the minutes, aren't you? Then this is the recommendation. We have the motions for everything, and they all file together. So when you come in there and want to know what action has been taken, we have them in a complete file. We've been doing it for several years. Let me get some more in case I thought I had them out. Because we've been using them on that purple, if you recall, on that duplicator we had from a long ways back. Been using it since 1960. I made some new ones. And if you'd like to take these motions with you and have them when you come, I was going to mail them to you in all your package. You have some blanks, don't you?
Yes, I put them out to mail them. Then I thought it would be confusing to give it to you without explaining it, so I'd rather write you a letter and tell you the enclosures that are there. The budget's adopted at the annual meeting. It's always adopted at the annual meeting. Already been adopted. September. Tape 2. The executive board, I move that the executive board of 5th District GSNA reconsider the 1965 budget for the professional nurses registry and bring it into line with the anticipated annual registry income. Motion's made by Ms. Zerps.
Is there a second?
Seconded by Ms. Jones.
May I ask a
Is there
question?
discussion?
Does that mean they want more money or less money in the budget, or what is it they want?
I think they meant that they thought that the budget was too big for the income they would have coming in, for the membership.
How do they know?
That's
It was
what they
made
were-
out
That's
for
what they
the,
were discussing.
it was, no, it was, the budget was made out. We were anticipating that we had the same number as we had last, for 64.
Well, we couldn't
We
possibly
accepted-
have though if the practicals pulled out, could we?
Yes, but at that time, when that budget was fixed up, there was very few of those practicals that pulled out. And
Is that right? Well, we hadn't
There's
been
a-
told, we
you
didn't
see,
know.
We don't know, we haven't been
And we
notified.
had no
They had
assurance that
informed
they
us
were
of it.
going, see, and some of them belonged to both registries.
Well, you see, we hadn't been told anything, and we knew that they had formed one.
So that's, but I'll be glad to call them, excuse me.
I just wondered if you had the same number of members there.
We anticipate, that's all you can do is anticipate when you're fixing out a budget in the middle of the year for the next year.
But no one.
You anticipate it in everything, and hope, that's all you can do.
At the present time, there has been no change in the membership with the practical nurses. We've never had a notification that they were even going to form a registry. Nothing. The last thing that we had was a notice they sent out to all of the doctors and directors that they were going to have a raise. Now, we did, through some of the administrators, see an announcement they made, but Ms. Hooker says there's been no change insofar as their membership
Well, you see, we
with
hadn't been
conference.
told when
Well,
the other
we
money
haven't
had
either.
pulled out and gone, and we knew if they did, that would make quite a difference.
We haven't either.
Well, this motion though would facilitate any event that those numbers do not come in. It would facilitate, procedure for reconsidering the budget before we get over our heads or something.
Well, you didn't state when you want this. Do you want it for the May meeting? I'll be glad to call a meeting, finance meeting.
Wait till, I think that from what, I'm just going on what I've heard here, it appears that, what we need to do is to wait and see if our membership comes up to what it did last year. If it does, well, then let it go ahead. And if it doesn't, then it would be time to, say, study along.
That's the way we have
After
to
the
do with
membership.
all the budgets, they are prepared according to membership, but we see that we're not getting the money and we have to start curtailing on.
Well, that's what this motion would facilitate. I don't think there's any necessity at the present time to do it, till wait to see if they're gonna come in. If they come in, fine. And if they don't,
Well,
well
how do
then.
they get their employment if they don't work through the registry?
Well, I
Many of them
don't
would
know.
never have a case if it wasn't for the official registry, and all people know that.
I don't know that. I mean, I don't know
You
how.
don't know that?
No,
You
no,
get
I'm not
personal-
talking
you
about,
get
I was
personal
answering,
calls for other, there's many people don't get
Oh,
personal.
yeah.
I was the one that said that I didn't, I was answering the young lady over here who asked if, who knew that they had a register. Well, I don't know they have one. I don't know anything
Oh,
about
the
it.
practical nurses.
Yeah.
That's the one.
They
That's what-
have a calling, it's a calling.
Well, I mean, do the,
It goes
doctors
through a
call?
calling. No, it goes through a calling.
Answering
call.
service.
Answering service.
Answering service.
Is what I'm trying to say.
They're not as happy about it as they were in the beginning.
They're still in the answering service.
Well, I sincerely hope that they will not pull out of the registry, because if they do, then we have lost all contact and all opportunity to guide them and give them the help that they need and advice. I sincerely hope that they will stay in the
That's what I
registry.
kept telling them on the registry.
Because
and then
in
like
that
they
way,
did
we
before.
can at least know what
What's
the
going
people,
on.
the people that go out, we can at least say to the public, these people have been tagged.
Well, do they intend to charge as much as the
I
graduate
don't
nurses?
know.
Yes.
That's it.
They charge,
But they charge 3/4 of what we.
I mean, they already do that through the registry, don't they?
Well, there's no way you can do anything about that. That's one of those things
ANA
that the
recommended it some years ago.
American Nurses Association recommended that, and we can't do one thing about it except
Madam Chairman, may I, bring to your attention, the motion says bring it into line with the anticipated annual registry income. Well, they anticipate that, so you're already in line with what you're asking for here.
well, if the membership should drop,
Hold it in line.
hold it in line.
Well, you see, Ms. Hudson, when I said,
Well, we can't, the executive board can't do
Ms.
anything about
Dirk wants
that.
a report back from me, because if we, skip the September, or the July meeting, there will not be a meeting until September, then we'd be a little late to try to make any adjustments. That's the reason why I asked that
Couldn't the
question.
budget committee
See, and because
study it by
if
May,
they drop
they
the
could tell
July
whether it was
meeting,
dropping
and
by
there'll be no
then.
meeting to September, well, that's too far along in the year to try to start adjusting. We've got to start adjusting it, real soon.
Well, you just use your good judgment about it. Whenever, you just use your good judgment about it, do it as you think it's necessary.
Well, then in the first of May or the last of April, I will check, and if the members have not registered in as we feel that they should, then I will call a meeting and get a report for the May meeting, if that meets with the president.
Well, we haven't voted on this yet.
You haven't, well, then I'm just straightening it out for you.
Well, for the sake of the record, those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Contrary, no.
You're slow, I thought you were.
The motion's carried. Now, Ms. Mays, you,
Well, no, that, I finished it, so.
you fixed it all up, well, good. And, no, it's in good hands. Let's see now. Do you have anything else, Ms. A?
No.
Is there a report from Public Health, Ms. Open?
Nothing at the present time. We'll have our first meeting in February this year.
From the alumni, Ms. Holland isn't here. Did she send a report? Ms. Cannon?
They had a nice party out there, alumni party, and say they're going to go all out on membership this year during Christmas.
Good. Ms. Hudson, George Baptist?
Well, we sent out a letter to all of the, graduates of the school. Sent out about 1,500 that we could find the addresses. And, I had a report just before I came over that 130 had sent their alumni dues in, $2 per person. So, we're very happy about that. That's about as many as we had all last year.
Thank you, Ms. Hudson. Rated number 1, Ms. Dixon. Number 2, Mrs. Jones.
It's our intention to encourage membership in both the alumni and the sixth district. And presently we're working hard towards homecoming and harvest.
Thank you. Piedmont, Mrs. Kimball. St. Joseph, Mrs. Parker.
Well, it's time for us to get out a letter, and our dues are $4. And we do have some money for Sister Kristen. Then we've got enough members to decide with Sister Kristen how to use it for the students.
Scholarship.
It's available.
Thank you. Old business, we'd like to complete some of the committees that we appointed in November who declined to serve. we need a chairman for the, A&A function study. I'm not sure that there'll be too much to do this year. This committee certainly didn't have much to do last year because of the convention, I believe. Maybe there'll be more to do this year, and we'd like to have
Who is the
chairman.
Say the chairman.
We need a chairman. Miss Woody was named at our last meeting. She declined.
I'd
Madam
like to
Chairman.
nominate Ms. Jones. She's the state chairman for the state, and there will be plenty to do. Because,
Would imagine.
the, Committee on Bylaws of the American Nurses Association is preparing to incorporate, such changes in the bylaws as will be necessary to bring this, structure into existence. So there's gonna be an awful lot to do.
Well, Madam Chairman, in view of the fact then there will be a lot to do, and Ms. Jones is the chairman of the state, I think some other thinking might help her out, and she couldn't work 5th District in the state too, and I'd like to recommend Helen Graves for 5th District.
Miss Graves has been our chairman before, I believe, for two years. I guess we'll better vote on this.
You gonna vote secret vote, or you gonna vote the other way?
Did we call a meeting of this committee last year?
I believe so, but I believe that there wasn't too much activity other than what they did the year before that they thought could be done.
There's a lot of activity on the GSNA committee in structure because of the A&A convention.
That's what I mean, it was because of the convention that they, if we can get from A&A what they want us to, we want this study, it's a study committee function.
That ought to be enough.
I'll pass them over.
Helen Graves' name has been suggested, and Genevieve Phillips Jones, that's the Jones you're talking about, isn't it? Genevieve Jones. That's all.
Yeah, you're impartial. She made the recommendation.
I made the recommendation, let
Oh,
Ms. Next
well, let's see.
let her have it.
Take another vote.
Yes, another vote.
Take another vote.
What's wrong with me, y'all?
She can't.
I can't count. I'm not gonna make a recommendation.
Huh?
I'm not making a recommendation. Tuesday.
We need someone else for, legislation. Ms. Hudson, Doris Taylor declined. And I believe she was on public health nurse we had on this committee. I wonder if there's a suggestion from public health.
Which do you recommend?
Legislation.
I'll recommend Jerice Henson.
She's already on.
She's on another
She's
committee.
on another
no,
one.
she's on bylaw.
She's on bylaw.
Oh.
It seems to me, but now maybe not. Well,
Oh, wait a minute, I've got them all here, I ain't tell you.
Dorothy Knox, see if she's anywhere.
What about her? She isn't
don't think
here.
she's on this
She's
year.
not
Where?
here.
Last
Margaret?
year.
Dorothy Knox, name has been suggested
She's
for
right now.
Doris Taylor on legislation.
She's what? vote.
Like 77.
Let
This is a good vote, and you really evenly divide.
So somebody
And
didn't
another
vote.
one,
Miss Carolyn, you don't
She don't
vote, do
vote.
you?
No, ma'am.
So-
No, I, not ever.
The president, did you vote, Miss Garland?
No, I
You
break
have
the
to vote to
tie.
break the tie.
All right, 14 voted. There was 7 and 7.
7.
You're gonna break the tie. Looks like you have to vote. Yeah. She has to have a piece of paper.
You want a piece of paper to add to that?
If you want it for the record, or will it?
All right, just whatever you say.
Well, I vote for Miss Graves. Another vacancy on the legislation committee is Elizabeth Langford declined. This is occupational. Ms. Sanders, you have anybody suggest from occupation?
For what?
For legislation? Ms. Hudson's committee.
And Miss Langford declined?
Uh-huh.
It says Aubrey McKenzie.
Oh, yeah.
Be one or
One or the other.
But did you contact?
No, we've been getting those votes. We asked them before Christmas. We got some as late as today. So they've been dribbling in up until 1 o'clock today. So there has been no chance to contact Miss McKenzie, but we will.
Yeah, that takes care of legislation. We need another person to work with Miss Mason on finance. Margaret Winter.
Madam President, I'd like to recommend Rose Davis.
Rose Davis.
Who declined Margaret Whipper?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That was Miss English.
Rose Davis. Rose Davis is an associate member, but she can, work on a committee but she can't, get chairman. But she sure has made herself feathered her own nest. Rose Davis, finance. She'll be real soon. For nominating committee, do we need anybody else? What did we say?
Look
Oh,
on that.
Jean Carver did accept you. You have it down here, but she did accept.
Did she?
Well, you've got it checked over.
Well, I made a mistake on that.
Oh,
I
did
went
you?
3 times on those things. After they kept dribbling in again today, I got another one at 1 o'clock today. So this is your latest report on that. And she declined.
What, section is Jean Carver?
She would be general duty. She does.
Is it someone from general duty you like on the nominating?
Here's some new people that they gave me. The names of 3 new people they said would be good
General
workers
duty?
for us. On general duty that, let's see, I put them on a little piece of card over there for you a minute ago. We asked for new names of new graduates or young graduates to, put on some of the committees. They encouraged us from A&A to do it.
If I can suggest
And-
the name of somebody that's coming in, would that be?
This person said that she'd like to be on committees. She was at that Christmas party, and you know her, Miss Wells. I just put it right over here, 3 little names. It wasn't Miss Thornton, it was, it's in your material.
Is this it?
That is.
Yeah.
Madam President,
Helen Blackman, Mary Carlquit, Martha, yes.
I'd like to just mention that Miss Graves is on 3 committees already. And I didn't think that we wanted all these people to serve,
Yes, I didn't realize that. What committee is she on?
Membership for one.
I know she's on advisory to the registry because of virtue of her office, but she's not elected for that.
then, but that's a committee, ain't it?
accept the membership. Did you accept that?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah, she's already working on it.
It's anything in the bylaws where they can't be more
No,
on
this
one
is
board
just
committee.
a gentleman's agreement that
But you can be wavered if it's important.
I move we waiver it.
Well, Ms. Jones is also on one too. She's on Careers Committee,
So that's
which
just
is
swapped it
the
in
same.
as did.
I'll second
that would give you time too.
Today's my birthday.
Oh gracious, how
That's
old
more
are you?
important. Oh, just 16 plus.
Well, do you
Yeah,
wanna
look
ask
at-
Ms. Graves, despite the fact that she has two other committees and so does Ms. Jones?
Ms. Jones is on one committee, I understand.
One. So, can I say two?
Well, that was Baker too, they said.
Oh, I see. What is the wish of the group?
Well, I move. Go ahead.
I said we already voted for Ms. Graves, we'd have to either re-vote or some of us already voted and we had all this in front of us and we all accepted it.
I don't think we should burden anybody down, too many committees.
Well, I don't
let's
think
vote.
so
Somebody
either.
make a
I don't think we should burden anybody down either, but, and I think Genevieve would function all right, but Genevieve's got a big job in the state. And I think that, if you give a person all the jobs in the state plus all the jobs in the district, then we just leave somebody without a job. And I think this would be just broad as it's long. Genevieve's got a big job in the state being the secretary, plus all the committees she serves on.
Why don't we settle the argument by just naming somebody else?
Miss Copeland was very interested in that. If I, Virginia Copeland, Jean Copeland was very interested in that study committee, the functions. If you,
I'm on the legislature, you're on, yeah, I'm okay.
No, there's a job with bylaws and it's,
bylaws, not legislation.
but she's on the bylaw committee, which would make it the same thing.
yeah, it'd be the same.
Same trouble.
Well, don't we have
I'll
anybody?
tell you who was on that committee, the times that I met, and was real constructive, both of them.
I think she would be a good.
Yes, she's.
Was real good, real constructive.
We'd have to rescind our
Somebody else,
act.
Mrs. Ransbottom, if we could get her on this committee, she was real, made a lot of good, contributions the times that I met with the committee.
I think
Real
Ms.
good.
Ransbottom would be a nice person.
I think she would too.
I think she'd be worth asking.
Then in the event that she does do it, what we gonna do about setting up our committees? I'd like to get you something printed on that. Do you want an alternate or something else that we could do to ask?
well,
Because-
I certainly would like to, know that Ms. Ransbottom would do a good job
Yeah,
if
she's
she
a
could do it, but she's, heavily, loaded herself and I don't know now. I have not spoken to her about it, but my opinion is that she'll probably turn it down because, when we asked her, she was on the state committee and, she was unable to attend, some of the meetings.
So why don't we,
She declined her last appointments, Miss Hudson.
Well, I thought she had.
She did,
I
said what her
looked here on
schedule was
there,
too
but,
heavy.
There's no point in keeping, the committee, keeping you from going ahead with your work when you feel it reasonably sure that she would decline it. I think she would, but of course I can't say that she would because I don't know.
Well, what about Margaret Bodiker?
she's not on the
Recommend them,
committee.
yes, 'cause she's not on the committee, is she?
Could we rescind our action?
Yeah, we'll have to.
Could we rescind the action that we have taken and suggest?
Well, this has been suggested, Ms. Mack suggested it. Rescind our action and suggest somebody
somebody, somebody.
Yeah, one of Marilyn Rosecrans would serve on. Is she on the committee?
No.
She'd be a real sharp little girl on that too.
Well, shall we ask Margaret Bodica, Rosa Crans, and
What about Miss
Ransbottom
Hopkins?
Ask Miss Ransbottom
first?
Okay, well,
And then go down that list.
What is the next name?
Margaret Bodica
All right.
and Rosa Crans. What's Rosa Crans' first name?
Marilyn.
Marilyn
Those three.
Bodica, she's out.
And if none of
That's
those
for
are
the
able to
functions.
accept, would you go back to the other one?
That's the one on functions, isn't it?
Well, sure, one of those. Bodica was on there.
If she was on the committee, somebody on the committee familiar with the preliminary material would be very helpful.
Now, who else do we have here?
Now, you got down to nominating, did you do that?
No, it's not toward,
We need another person on the nominating committee. Jean Carter declined. What section was she from?
General duty, she had those three names, Mary
Yeah,
Colquitt's
this
on
one
there.
here. Helen Blackman, Mary Colquitt, and Martha Kirby.
Mary Colquitt would be good, she'd be good.
Mary Colquitt.
On the nominating?
She's the little girl that was so active in the student organization.
Yeah, she works over at Emory now, but I think she's been good.
Professional practice, we need another person. Barbara Bethel declined.
What section she'd like to?
Barbara Bethel, what section is she from?
I think she's general duty. She's just renewed a membership.
Should we have another general duty?
This one's
Connie
very active.
Blackman. Whose student is she? Whose graduate is she?
She's not a graduate of
Oh.
any of the schools here,
Oh,
some
she's
individual
an
hospital.
individual member.
She works at Emory, but she's working with that general duty section. Saying she's gonna take an active part with them.
Mary Hogan declined professional practice. And Mary Hogan, I would guess, was from EACT, wasn't she?
She was.
Is there a suggestion from EACT section?
Who? I don't remember all of them.
Minnie Murphy?
Well, I'm not sure what she is. I can look and see.
Well, we like the sections represented on these committees.
Where do we put Minnie Murphy?
She's looking to see which section she comes from.
She's EACT.
Is she?
Oh, I don't know.
You've got the directory down there, Ms. Nardi. Do you see her under EACT, Murphy?
Minnie Murphy.
I have another one. Here it is. I have another one. Probably everything but the kitchen stuff. Let me just look
Why
and
did
tell
you
you.
bring that?
I think she's public health, I believe.
Mm-mm.
Isn't she?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Or maybe she's not a member. There's a Minnie Phillips that wrote in and asked why didn't somebody put her on a committee, if anybody knows her.
Public health, I know her.
Oh, we
She's
Said, why
good.
don't you put us to work?
Yeah.
Let's find that girl. She deserves a job. doesn't
You
she?
say
Brown.
Minnie Brown.
Minnie Brown? Is that her name?
Yeah, she's in nursing service. So you want EAT, C.
EACT.
That's right.
Or is it?
EACT.
Have you got a name already?
For Mayor Hubbard. Is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm. For Mayor Hubbard.
What about?
EACT.
Mrs. Green, she's a Grady graduate and she teaches at Georgia Baptist, but what's her name?
Juanita Green, is that the one?
Yes.
Well, she's a member.
I don't see it. I see.
She's on the EACT section, on the first page, down to the bottom, next to the bottom.
Maybe I got the wrong
She'd be
thing.
good if she just would accept
Is
it.
that what I'm supposed to look at?
Juanita Green,
Juanita Green.
all right.
All right, that's who I was nominating.
Juanita Green. Mildred Burns Correas.
She's, nursing service administrator.
School right now.
Is she? Oh, yes, I remember who she is.
Is she defined?
Mm-hmm. Said she'd be glad to next year.
She did Minnie Brown. She recommended Minnie Brown.
She's on the Minnie Brown.
Will Langford do that one?
You were looking for somebody from nursing service to represent all sections there.
Who did you say? Minnie Bryan. This is the other one now. We're talking about Minnie Murphy Bryan. Minnie Bryan has been suggested for this committee. Minnie Bryan.
Mildred Burns declined.
Virginia didn't answer. You might tell them all the people that didn't answer. We had about 10 of them haven't replied.
No replies at all from these Slayton Hopping girls and Mary
You already
Sargent.
have that consent, I had it when I named them.
Well, they were sent a card and
They were
told to
sent a
send it
card.
back, and it has not returned, regardless.
Because I called and got their consent, so I.
Well, they have to return the cards, or we don't know about it. You know, it has to go be in writing on record of it. So we'd like to have them, because they're new girls. They have not responded. Go ahead.
Miss Mace Emma Raines declined this membership too, so I guess we get Minnie Phillips. She wants a job.
I think she'd make a good one. She just talk up a breeze and tell them get them going up.
On membership for Minnie Phillips, all right.
Minnie
In this
Phillips.
place.
Mary, Emma Raines. I'm gonna sing her. Emma Raines.
And he's taking her place.
Minnie Phillips.
Minnie Phillips.
Did you tell them the others that declined? I think if they know who declined and who didn't answer.
Well, these declined, we've just been refilling the
Yes.
ones that declined, but we did not get an answer.
Nell Hatchell's name is on there, she's membership. She's in that, in that state.
Do we have somebody?
Well, Miss
Minnie Phillips, asked if we wouldn't give her a job, so we thought we'd give her a job.
We ought to get,
Is that on membership?
I
Uh-huh.
know person, local health friend,
Minnie Phillips? Mm-hmm.
soccer. We ought to get soccer.
I believe that completes the
And
list
these
of
soccer,
those who declined.
these soccer
And
registers.
those whose reply we did not receive.
Well,
Disappointed that we didn't hear from Anthony
Put on
Newsom.
the nominations there.
Mary Carlquist. Yeah, she's a young graduate that ought to influence her co-workers.
She's a new person that came to us from North
members.
Carolina.
But get these
Supposed
young
to be
girls.
transferred.
I believe this completes our committee, doesn't it, Carol? Now, we need to verify the referendum vote regarding the relief registrar. Mrs. Askew, there were, let's see, 18 affirmative, 2 needed more information, and 1 no. So we do have a majority here. If you would like to verify this.
Move it be verified. Second.
Then discussion. Those in favor, please say aye. Contrary, no. Now we have to accept her resignation.
Let Ms. Hudson, if she doesn't mind doing that.
Very sorry to do, because I thought we were real fortunate to get Ms. Eskew, a person of this her ability. Dear Ms. Garland, I wish to withdraw my application as relief registrar at the Nursing Professional Registry.
Did she work? Yes, she went.
She went up on her own time,
And
and,
then just said everything she could think of about the registrar after that meeting the other night, on Saturday when she was working. So she said that she didn't think anything was worth that. So she just gave her resignation and said we did not need to pay her for the days that she used for, that you call in for training. Just pay her for the days she worked. Accept her resignation, and we tried to talk to her. She was a lovely person.
What was her objection?
What was it?
Well, no one's gonna
Okay.
take that kind of talking.
Who talked about it?
I'm not saying, but a private duty nurse called.
Who seconded yours, Ms. Hudson?
I don't know.
Ms. Wells.
Ms. Wells did.
To verify your vote a while ago. Just,
Ms. Wells.
well,
I did. I thought the date was passed.
may I make a statement to the group? When we sent out the notices,
Sure, Miss Dirks, I agree with you.
I think, I don't.
Miss
I don't
Atkins
think
would
it
like
has
to
to
say
be
it's not
that
wrong.
People, because they try to be fair, and they try to take care of the hospitals and take care of the nurses and be fair. And I don't think any nurse, I have argued that always, but I don't feel that the nurses pay for service. They do not pay, they do not own those people at that register that they think they can treat them like you were treating, well, I wouldn't treat a servant that way, because I feel that everybody that tries to do a good piece of work, and if they're not doing a good piece of work, then I think they should be dismissed. And, but that is why she's leaving. And she
Sure,
was
think
when
she
I
ought
was
to be
working.
called in and talked to, because that kind of thing can just interrupt the whole registry.
Do you
and
want to
that's
make
been-
that a motion, Lou?
That's been going on though, Miss Dixon, it is a.
Oh, I know it
is.
isn't, and that's the reason I said that something should be done, because
I
this has
think
been
so, too.
going
But
on
I think
for
you'll find in the
years.
old registry rules, they had it, you wouldn't be grounds for suspension,
Because I feel
they
that.
would be called before a committee at least.
I'd like to make the statement that after Ms. Zerps made the recommendation and the motion was carried that the notices be sent out, at that time, no one responded. And Ms. Eskew had not even thought of making a change. She'd been administrator, director of nurses, and had made all of her members join the association within the past few years. And when she got the notice, she considered making the change and went down there. We had no other application on file. I thought you'd like to know that at the time. It was the only one for consideration. And she was in position to relieve any shift, that being the difficulty of anyone who goes down as a relief registrar the morning, evening, or night. And the person called, used quite a bit of abuse, told them they paid the salaries, and I don't know in detail what it was, but that's just part of what we get both headquarters all the time.
I wonder what
Not very late,
disciplinary
at
action
least,
should
wasn't
be taken, because that is not appropriate for a registrant.
Not many people don't take that.
She had been
Not this
director
day
for
and time,
18
and
years.
I don't have to. I would take it. But I
I
think
move that this, information be deferred until the registry committee is appointed. And then I think after the registry committee, disturbance in the registry and,
Send that
really it's abuse to the registrars that they be called in and asked, and talked to, because you can't keep registrars satisfied if they're going to have someone who calls in and, really is cruel.
I second the motion.
While we're talking about this, do you people read the Wall Street Journal?
Thank you. Thank you, Ms.
Well,
Garland.
our administrator brought this down to me, because I'm so interested in how we're going to meet the nurse shortage, and, I know everybody, all agencies that, employ nurses are suffering from this, and, there is a real plea here and suggestions for how we might, work to meet some of the demands, and how the profession in different states are going about meeting this. In Texas, I believe they're bringing nurses from other countries, according to this article.
What, issue is that?
This is the current issue, right through January 8th.
Well,
It's
Texas
real
is,
good.
Texas is a border state, and they could import the
Uh-huh.
Mexican nurses.
Well, this is, not from Mexico. This is, trained nurses recruited from Dublin, Ireland, Liverpool, England, and by the Santa Rosa Medical Center in San Antonio.
Last year, we had a notice from the American Nurses Association asking that, the hospitals, the states, not contact foreign, nurses for, professional nursing in the state.
Who pays their expenses over here? That's rather expensive to come
Well,
in.
some of the hospitals brought them over,
They
paid
bring
their
them over.
expenses to bring them over.
There's
We have that
there's,
information in Georgia State Nurses Association on foreign nursing.
Taken care of.
Put that, I know
Some
what
of
it
the
is.
restrictions were taken off, and
Says
some of the
Christian.
expenses taken off of the
When I
schools.
came in, Sister
That
Melanie,
they had taken more students.
find you where to get some nurses. I showed her.
Relieved us a little bit.
Don
of the
Carter
pressure,
with
but
that
at
is
least
former
puts
city
on the
editor here.
hospitals
He's the one head
so
of that
the
scholarship
hospitals
program.
could afford to have more students. In 3 or 4 years, the shortage would be eased 100%. I'm not for bringing in foreigners myself.
I'm not either.
No.
Well,
We have
they-
enough in this country that are taking employment from our American people.
Yes, and these people are coming from countries where the, salary rate, salary is
It's lower than ours.
much lower. And this came up at the, A&A Conference of State Boards, and that's where this,
Sign that, please.
thing, came from that Ms. Dixon mentioned. And they did discourage, encouraging these people to come in, because they're, actually, if they get in here and we should have a recession or the economic situation change, why, they'd be taking work from our, from the people that need it. Yes.
Well, in this article from the American Nurses Association, they spoke about the, problems that they had had with interns being
That's
brought
right.
into the country.
That's right.
And that,
We
that
sure know
had
about
posed
that.
quite a problem, and that, they were advising against bringing nurses into the country. That should, but however, they have put in service the American Nurses Association, so I imagine they know about it.
Yeah, well, there's some statements there from them.
Oh, yes. They're not approving of it.
No. The motion is that, this information, and in parentheses, private duty nurses calling registrars and are rude to the registrars.
Well, I was listening and talking, please raise one of the registrars.
Until the registry committee is appointed, hold
Hold
move
that
that this
information.
information be held.
I don't see any point in making that thing. I think really that it just to be held in until afterwards, because it's was purely a discussion,
Yeah, I was
and
just
I don't see
wondering.
any use in putting that into the minutes.
I don't either. No,
It just could be held until the registry committee is, appointed.
No, I don't think that ought to go.
All right.
Would you just like to withdraw that?
No, I wasn't giving that to them, I was giving you the reason why.
You just want this, held, but not,
Held until after the registry
yeah.
committee is,
Oh.
appointed.
Let it be
She's not
handled by the
making a-
committee.
And then we'll add, then
Refer
when
it
the
to the
committee is
committee.
reported, then we can refer it to the committee.
Is that clear? She wants this referred to the registry committee. Held and.
And referred.
SQ would reconsider if she knew some disciplinary action was being taken, though, would she? I mean,
Ms. Mays, what do you think?
would she?
I'd be glad to call and talk to her, but she has been talked to.
Yes.
So, I mean, if she knew something was gonna be done, but if you wait this long, I don't think she would reconsider. I can see waiting if this thing's gonna happen again, but if she would reconsider, I think action would be taken sooner. If she wouldn't reconsider, it'd be different, maybe could wait.
Couldn't the motion
Well,
be
we
made?
haven't accepted her resignation yet, if you want to, instead of accepting the resignation, if you want to.
Well, of course, now, this thing's been going on for years and years. I was in that register for years. And many times I've seen the people call in up there and keep those, registrars on the phone, just really dressing them down.
I'd hang up
And,
on them, if I was up there.
They couldn't hang up on them.
Somebody dressing me down, I'd show you how fast I'd hang
Well,
up.
you couldn't, because it was,
What
and
they
they
call
didn't
back.
do it. I've seen them put the telephone down and just let the person get off the chest, but, this has gone on for some time.
How
do you change people that's so deeply embedded in them?
People want to be
I
read,
wouldn't
they
have to
just
listen to them.
You don't change people
SQ's been
overnight
in
just by
practice for
calling
18
them down
years.
one
She ought to
time.
have been exposed to some abuse in that position, and I just think that this must have been something more serious if she's had that much experience with people, and that possibly some disciplinary action could be, if she knew that some disciplinary action could be taken, that she would not be exposed to this again, she might reconsider.
You can't guarantee she won't be exposed.
No,
Well,
this
we
is,
can't.
No, but.
Not in the public, not in any kind of a public office or organizational office, you just have to grin and bear it.
Well, I mean, with this particular person, and then I
you
go
don't
along.
have to grin and bear it.
She didn't have to take
You
it,
can just
because
tell
I
her
would
right
take
now.
that
Give it back to
anyone
her.
if I was in one.
Someone told me that she was a cardiac patient. Would that be one of the reasons maybe this would
You
upset
don't
her?
have to take it and grin and bear it.
I don't mind.
She's a mighty healthy looking.
I could cut the
She doesn't
water
look
off
like
pretty
it.
bad.
Very
I could cut the water off pretty
There's
bad.
many jobs
They
that
start
they
dressing
don't
Well,
them
this
want
up.
is the
people to
thing,
do.
there's just so many jobs available, everybody's looking for nurses.
You know, I don't think they realize that that's an administrative position down there, and it's a community service down there with a city of 1 million people making demands in addition to your general routine. I think that anybody that has any doubt about it as to whether or not they earn their salaries or their living conditions, and we don't even compare. I spent a whole day in New York in going over all the facts and figures I could get, and so many of the registries have retirement, have insurance, and have benefits of many kinds. And I think we've been very, very fortunate in having nice people down there, and I, for one, would certainly like to see them have the support and to feel that that we appreciate what they're doing. I never appreciated it until I got into the position that I'm in now. I think anyone go down there and stay any length of time, they'd have a different feeling about the registry.
But you know, this really isn't the general rule there, I'm sure. And there's maybe one person called her up and
You
really
got
blessed her
I
out.
can tell you about 6, 8 people that's on the registry right now that I've known over 20 years. And I don't think that their complexion has changed one bit. That Miss,
Those 6 or 8 do
those
this
6 or 8 are
constant.
still, and that,
It's only
they
a
are,
few.
and it's a few, it's not many.
It's not
No.
general.
No, but you could name almost the ones, look over there and tell just which it is. Because many times those people, that's the same ones. And it's because they find that maybe somebody's gone on duty ahead of them. They don't stop to think it could be a personal call. But they are just cross with the registrar, maybe they're not feeling very good that morning, and
They might be
want to
cross
tell
with the
somebody,
world,
registrar's
cross with
have to do it.
themselves.
Yeah,
But,
this is
um,
the atypical
It's not,
person.
it's not everybody on the registry, and it's a few.
Well, I
And
think
of
if you
course,
work in a
after work with
hospital,
the
you have
registry,
one
those
somebody
registrars
like
up
that's
there
gonna
know
bless
exactly when those
somebody,
people called in,
Just
that,
don't pay much attention.
cut the conversation just as quick as they can. And, I doubt if they have, a lot of that type of thing.
You get blessed.
But you know who it is. I knew that when I was down in Fifth District.
I'm paying you,
Yeah, I had one kid
Now, for
tell
the
me
record,
once,
the information
all
is
you
turned
do
over to
is
Miss Mace, is that it?
drive
And no
around,
action
take
taken on the
your
resignation,
car.
is that it?
I beg your pardon, I own my car long before I
You know
came to
what they
Georgia.
say, you, I'm a taxpayer. I said, don't
I have
forget
some,
I am too.
announcements
That cut me
by way
down
of new
too, I
business, well, it's not business, but, Ms. Dixon asked us to, announce the, parliamentary procedure workshop to be held at GSNA headquarters, January 21. That's a Thursday at 10 a.m. Please notify all members of your district or section that you feel should attend this workshop.
Wait a minute, now let's get that date
Are you
again.
gonna have a meeting before January 21?
No.
Before January 21, I
Not a
mean,
board
the
meeting.
sections are not going, for these people to contact.
What time's that gonna be?
How many can you accommodate?
January 28th?
We gonna take care of who else comes.
Well, I mean, if you have it in your state headquarters, if more than the members of the board here, or to the sections in general, or to the assembly Thursday?
I think that, I think we had about 35, 40 the last one we had. And, we can take care of it. It's just 16, I doubt if we had that.
January 21.
I did,
21,
we were
28.
planning.
What day was that, Miss Garner,
That's
again?
22nd. The
21st.
parliamentary law is on the 21st. And on the 22nd is the orientation workshop for elected officers that are the districts and sections.
Since we have to notify them, would you like to get the numbers here that would expect to go, and then we'll ask for a game Thursday?
No, and the
About what,
orientate, I mean, the
a number
parliamentary
about
workshop.
how to plan on from
Unless
each
they take up
district,
our
we've asked that information so that we can plan for them.
Do any of you here know of anyone who we could list that might be expected?
I'd like to go, because I've got an office in it.
Have you done something?
We have to,
I won't go.
Well, you wanna make a list of these?
Yes, I'd like to have the names, because I'm supposed to send her in a number.
Dirk's in my house, they're going.
That's two.
Carolyn's going.
You going to both of them, or one? Supposed to get the parliamentary first one, since that's first.
Thursday and Friday.
Both, all right. How about you, Miss Sue?
I'm gonna try to go to both.
All right.
Anybody else?
Who sponsored this last one yet? Wasn't it?
And, Jones Parliamentary.
10 o'clock,
All right.
January 21, this is a
How long is that
Thursday.
gonna last, Leslie? All day?
well, it
Call it
lasted
fine.
much longer, year before last, we didn't get one in 64. So, we tried to have this, before the convention, but we couldn't work it in. And before, they came about 9:30 or 10 o'clock, and it was late afternoon, but really before all of them broke up, because they get interested in the organization after they get in there and get to talking about it, and they stayed up, I'd say about 5:30, 6 o'clock.
How late can we tell you,
You
Liz?
leave when you get ready though, couldn't you?
After Thursday, may we make announcement again Thursday and get a call for numbers?
Maybe those
Miss
first
Garland, you think I could go?
Miss Esther Watts will have,
Would you let me off to go part of it?
Go on. Oh, go on. active.
I've been asked to announce a workshop, a 2-day conference on legal aspects of nursing to be held at the Fulton County Health Department Conference Room, March 4 and 5. Ms. Ditchfield is the person in charge.
What hours?
I gather these are 2 full days, 4 and 5.
There's a registration fee on that
Yeah,
too.
there's a
isn't there?
registration, matriculation fee of $10 and cost of material $5.
I think she also has a deadline on that too, February something.
February 19th, not later than February 19th. Legal aspects of nursing. Sponsored by the School of Nursing Medical College of Georgia. Ms. Ditchfield, to be
Two
held
other
in
workshops
Iredell.
being planned. One at, sometime around the middle of April will be a workshop on the, A&A model law. Final plans have not been completed for that. And, general duty, GSNA, section is working on a workshop, and I suppose that will be sometime in March. And that will, of course, go out to the districts for those things that have been completed.
Madam President?
Yes.
Will, at the next meeting, would you please announce about the Southeastern Surgical Congress program?
Yeah, is that gonna be here, isn't it?
No, it's gonna be in Washington DC.
Oh, well,
Please
this
make an
one that's
announcement.
here is just wonderful now.
To be March 29th through April the 1st in Washington DC.
You want this announced at the next meeting
At
also?
Not the Hilton Hotel. I've had the privilege of attending the other 2 that they had, and they were very good. One in Louisville, Kentucky, and one in Miami. They didn't have one last year because they had a cruise, so they planned one for this year.
I've been asked to announce that the deadline for nominees for Nurse of the Year is May 1st.
You know that it's a, convention, the, 1963, that the, members asked that a committee be set up to study, a Nurse of the Year program on state level. And you'll remember that in the 1964 convention, this was approved. We are not far enough along yet clearing this material out to the districts, but, the committee did set up the rules for selection and the, submitting biographical sketches, from the districts to send to the state.
This is for the
selection.
state nurses.
Yes, but, I believe that the districts, that we're gonna have to adopt these, state, requirements, so as that this person will qualify for the state seat. Her name was going to nomination, of course.
Well, do
I
we
would
have
get
to
on that.
wait then if these are not ready till, well, by May 1st, you think you'll have them ready?
Yes,
Oh, well,
they'll be
that's no
out within
problem.
the next, week or 10
Yeah.
days. And that was adopted at the, state convention. So I don't really believe that the districts, I think we'll want to adopt them because, that is state policy.
So we'll hear from you before the 1st, then, won't we? Deadline for the directory is April 1st. There's 65 membership dues if you wanna get your name in front.
I just would like to say on Ms. Atkins' behalf, that she record service, very big help, and a lot of respect.
Good to hear that.
I share
Getting
that.
big and big.
It was so more
I paid mine, I didn't realize it's gonna get printed.
I hope all of you are inviting all of your people to be at the meeting Thursday afternoon.
May I make a
Real good, turnout.
request? We had a call today from the administrator at Tift County Hospital at Tifton, and they need a corrective uses down there. He said it's a 60-bed hospital, they have 10 RNs employed in this hospital, but they would like to have a corrective uses, and the salary is open, and if you know of anyone who would like to go.
Are they getting a lot?
Our bulletin will be in the mail by the end of the week. And so, this information we couldn't use until certainly around the middle of March. And we have no other way of getting this land. And he says nurses will not answer ads in the paper, so these hospitals are really running difficulty trying to find a place to contact nurses.
Does anyone else have anything to say? Now, this completes our agenda.
Well, Madam President, I thought we were electing the register committee tonight. Well, that was my understanding.
Not till the, bylaws.
Oh, you
are
can't until the bylaws are passed?
voted on Thursday, I believe.
I'm sorry, hold on.
I want to thank you about I want to thank you, Carolyn, for my calendar.
Did you bring your calendar?
Yeah, because I kept mine on my desk all last year.
Oh, I haven't accounted for it.
Bylaws don't have anything to do with the appointment of the committee.
The minutes said that postpone it until after the.
And if the register
Is this out I thought you?
Your motion that we adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
What's it gonna talk about?